You guys, it's Vlogmas. Day 8 of the Sweet Sparrow Yarns calendar, and this is a colorway called Albus Dumbledore. I mean, I am a Harry Potter fan, obviously, but I love this colorway. I'm not even really a yellows kind of person, but when a colorway so accurately describes the name of it, oh my gosh, I love it. It's this like goldenrod yellow, some butter yellow, lemon yellows, and then speckles of purple in it. It's just perfect for Albus Dumbledore, and I love that it's on her tweed base, her house run base. That's my favorite base of all time. Julie, I'm in love. This is perfect. And it came with a lemon ginger tea, which if you have read or watched Harry Potter, you might know that one of his favorite candies or sweets is a lemon drop. So this is day 7 because I accidentally opened day 8 first. Whoopsie, so I hope I didn't give anything away for anybody, but I usually post these a day late anyway, so hopefully you were okay. But now I'm going to show you the real day 7, which I was supposed to show yesterday, but did not. Day 7, which is now day 8, but day 7 of the Stress Knits Advent Calendar, and this is a colorway called Impressionist Winter. I've told you guys before, her colorways are very painterly. Stacy just really understands these kinds of values and tones. It just works so well with her dye style, and I'm in love. I absolutely love this. I could see myself knitting a pair of really any garment, a sweater, socks, a shawl. This is just such a good one where it's not straight up white, but it's got some other, like, there's very light blushes in there, some very light gray in here. I love this. I'm definitely filing this one away for a future purchase. Impressionist Winter. Good morning. It is day, I don't know. Day many. Day 7, I think. I don't know for sure. I am headed to a Shibori dyeing class with Catherine Roll, who has offered to gift me a Shibori class. I'm very excited about that. If you don't know what Shibori is, it's a indigo dyeing technique. And my one hesitation with it is that I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna do with the things that I dye. Shibori would not really be suitable for like my style for clothing, but I think it could be cool to make a quilt or a wall hanging or a pillow, more like home interior type of things with it. So I brought some fabric to dye. I also brought a tote bag to dye because I thought that could be fun too. But yeah, I'm excited to learn more about Shibori dyeing because I've only done it once very briefly at the Farm and Fiber tour in New York with Sarah, who is Yarns at Yinhu podcast. So I'm excited to see how it's gonna go, and I'll take you with me and show you everything, and yep.
Years ago. I don't know. Have you ever heard of the Artist Way?
Ernest Way?
The Artist Way.
Oh, yes.
You have?
Yes.
Oh, cool. No one ever.
Yeah, a lot of my friends did it actually. I've heard it's really hard at first, like to get into the habit of doing the morning pages and stuff like that.
But it's been very good, and I started doing it like 5 years ago, and that's when I started doing Shibori. And I was also doing like other things, and then I ended up teaching a class for Ukrainian egg dyeing at Trestle Workshops.
Oh, cool.
Which is in like Greenwood. And it was really fun. And then at the end of the class, the like coordinator asked me if I wanted to do a Shibori workshop there. And I said, sure.
To take one?
To teach one.
Oh, to teach one. Okay.
Yeah, because I taught a Ukrainian egg dyeing class.
Yes.
So like, that's like a batik process where it's wax, and then you dip it in different dye baths. And actually, I'll probably teach a class there again in springtime, but it's very seasonal. So
yeah.
She asked me if I wanted to do a Shibori class, and I said yeah. And so I just sort of started doing it more and more and more, and then like documenting it more and more on Instagram. And it's been like a really fun process. So there's like a bunch of different techniques you can use, and I'll show you some so you can sort of know what you want to do.
Okay.
This is actually sewn. This one's really time consuming, but it turned out really nice.
Oh, and then you pull out the gathering length stitches.
Exactly. You sew it, baste it, and then you scrunch it and get it really tight and tie all the edges, and then you dip it really fast. And then this is a itajame, which we use these like sort of acrylic. Yeah, for this is the triangle, but you fold it into like a rectangle, and then you fold it into triangles, and I'll show you how to do that.
Yeah.
And then you put clamps, which we have to put the clamps, but then you put these two things together and clamp it, and then you dip it.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, I could go on and on. There's like
so many. I love that one too.
This one's really beautiful, right? This is actually just tongue depressors.
Oh.
And clamps, or maybe it was actually, this one was rubber bands, just rubber bands and tongue depressors.
What you want, you deserve one nice thing for the Ice King. Fa la 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 la, fa la la.
But we're gonna use like pre-reduced indigo.
What does pre-reduced mean?
It's like made from the leaves of the indigo plant, and then they grind it up and like process it and let it kind of dry, like almost like a instant coffee.
Okay.
So it's like Folger's Choice.
Okay.
Or no, like the instant coffee crystals.
Yes.
It's like crystals.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's what it means, pre-reduced, because like indigo, when it's like natural needs to be like fermented. It's like this whole process, and I would love to do that, but
this makes it quicker for use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
it's like very stinky and it's like, I can't have it.
Merry Christmas, Ice King. I hope you get what you want.
And then thiox to like activate it.
Okay.
So soda ash is gonna like prepare the fabric to take the indigo. It sort of like pulverizes the cotton or the linen or whatever it is you're dyeing. Like, that's why it's important to use like a natural fiber so that it can get into the fiber.
Okay. What would happen if it wasn't a natural fiber? So if you use something that was like polyester or something like that?
It would probably like come out when you wash it.
Okay, so
It
it just
would
wouldn't
probably-
stay.
Yeah, it would probably look very blue when you open it, but then when you wash it, it would go away. And it might sort of dye it, but you're not gonna get like a really deep,
Rich color.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the thiox is what activates the indigo.
Okay, so really just kind of these three materials are like the main
Yeah.
step.
There's all kinds of indigo recipes out there. Like if you Google it, it's very confusing. This is the one I use.
Yep.
And it seems to work, so.
4 different ones, a window pane, a hexy triangle one, this really cool like striped one, and then this interesting one using nails that looks really cool. So I'm excited. I have 4 different ones.
Oh, that turned out really nice. Yeah,
I love that. That turned out perfectly.
it's really pretty. And that's the color of it.
I'm big into photographs of everything. So I just finished up with Catherine and the Shibori workshop. That was so much fun. Thank you so much, Catherine, for inviting me to take that workshop. And if you're interested, she has an Instagram called Onyx Matter. I'll put her Instagram on the screen. She does classes in Brooklyn and in New York City. And if you're, in the market for something, I mean, honestly, I think it would make a really good present to give somebody or to take a class for yourself. Yeah, I'd really recommend that. That was a lot of fun. And you can kind of just dye whatever you want to dye. I mean, I brought these scraps to use for either quilts or home goods or something like that. I think I'm going to turn them into wall hangings. But you could dye shirts. You could dye fabric quantity to make something with. You could dye yarn. So the possibilities are really quite endless. So it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Winter time is freezing time, teasing time and squeezing time.
So this, to the end of the patio, is my future gardening space.
As long as somebody's using half of it.
Your dad already said I could have it.
Above, hear the sleigh bells ring, hear them ding-a-ling. Winter, winter.
Okay, so we made a little bit of progress on your competition piece.
Like a first
That's the time to squeeze when it starts to freeze in October and November.
Okay, so I just finished editing yesterday's Vlogmas. It took me longer than usual because I had that Shibori workshop earlier in the day today. So now that I'm waiting for that to process and upload, I am going to maybe work on my granny stripe blanket for a little bit. How long do you think we're gonna be here?
As long as you want.
Oh, well, I kind of want to sew. Also, a little kitchen update. The range hood is in, and the plumber came, and our dishwasher is in. Holy shit, I'm gonna have a dishwasher for the first time in my adult life in my own apartment. That's crazy. And also the faucet.
Dark.
My sweet baby. And you. I can't even describe just how messy my bedroom is right now, but we're going to ignore that because I'm going to sew the toaster sweaters. I'm going to batch sew both of them at the same time, so I'm just going to do one of them and then the instruction for the other one right after that. So I'll have 2 sweaters by the time that I'm finished.
No use, winter time's a good excuse when you want to spoon.
Okay, I made quite a bit of progress on my 2 toaster sweaters. Wasn't able to finish them tonight, but I'm sure I can finish them in the next couple days. I have got the main bodies of each put together. The cutest neckline ever. It just really suits me, I feel. I've got the sleeves constructed. I always attach the sleeve cuff to the sleeve before sewing it together. I know that means that you'll see the seam on the sleeve cuff on the inside, but I don't really care. And it's so much easier to insert it now than it is to do it later. So I just do that now rather than trying to sew in a circle with the serger. And then I've done that obviously for the other sleeves. And then this one when it's finished will be a dress. So I cut it long enough to be a dress. We'll see how that works out, if it looks good or not. If not, I can always just cut it into a shorter toaster sweater like my other ones. So I'm gonna do some fitting on this one so that it's not oversized in the bottom, so it's a little more form-fitted. So as form-fitting as I can get it and still be comfortable with a bodycon dress. Like I said, not typically my style, but we'll see if it looks good on me, because I've never been able to really buy one in ready to wear before. I was really excited about this fabric when I bought it, but it's already snagging really easily. The gauge is super loose on this fabric, so it catches quite easily. It's very stretchy, so I'm hoping that this wears well over time. I'm not sure if it will. I do remember the first of this pattern that I ever made was quite similar in that it was extremely stretchy and kind of difficult to sew. And it still holds up, so hopefully that will be the case for this one. This one is an absolute dream to sew with. It's super toothy and it's got like really good stretch recovery. It's very structured without being like overly structured. It's still, you know, quite drapey, but yeah, we'll see. I like this. I like sewing with this one more than I like sewing with this one, but I'm excited about both of these. So addictive. Wasabi peas. Delicious. Hi.
Hello.
We're gonna cuddle and watch a movie. It's called Spotlight. I've seen it before, he hasn't. It's a good one. It's like a mystery thriller based on the true story about the expose of the priest scandal. Just finished watching the movie, eating our popcorn. Now we're going to bed. See you tomorrow.